Hi, hello, it's Pip here from queenpipcards.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. Today I'm going to be giving something away at the end of this video, so you might want to watch right the way through to the end. But for now, we're talking about layering dies. So yesterday we talked about, or in my last video, I can't remember whether it went up yesterday or last week, but the last video talked about using dies where you reverse cut. So you had a label and you cut words out. Today we're looking at actually the labels themselves, so these pieces of cardstock here that form the layers to your card, and using them in a different way. So this one I made when I was in my cocktail theme. I was having a cocktail kind of a day. Today I'm going to do this, but we're going to completely change it up and turn it into a card for a man. So what do we need? Well, we're going to need a base, and I'm choosing to use the thick Whisper White. We're going to need our Nothing's Better Than stamp set, and we're going to need the stitched nested label dies. Specifically, we're going to need the biggest one, this one here, which looks huge, but yes, that's the one we're going to use. Okay, then we're going to need some, we're still staying with the Coastal Cabana. We like the Coastal Cabana, so I've pre-die cut just to speed things up a little bit. This one in the rectangle, using the stitched rectangle dies, and then we're going to change it and use some soft suede, because it actually goes really well with soft suede, but it's one of those colours you might not think to put together. So soft suede, and then a few bits of white, and another piece of Coastal Cabana. So that's what you're going to need for this card, so you can follow along at home. So we will first of all chop our card in half. So I like to make tent-fold cards that stand up and open at the top, but you can make them any way you like. So you could make yours into a book fold card. You could also make this in a square shape, although the rectangle and this stitched label does really lend itself to a portrait or rectangle size card rather than a square, but you know, you could still size it up if you wanted to. So I've cut that at 10.5 for European and Australia, New Zealand, so 10.5 centimeters from an A4 piece. Score it at 14.9, and that gives you your base card. Thought I hadn't done that for a while, so I thought I'd better do that just in case we've got any new people watching and don't know that, because lots of new people don't know that. Now we're going to cut this out from this one, and when you run it through your die cutting machine and run it this way, okay, it might sort of start to curve it a little bit, but don't worry, but it's much better than trying to run it through this way, because then it jumps as it gets, these are such hard lines. So pop that out and you'll find that this has been beautifully stitched all the way around, and actually this has been stitched too, so you can use this, you know, you could make it straight. Obviously I didn't pay any attention putting it through, I didn't keep it straight, but if you kept it straight then you could use that as a frame, so you know, you get a double whammy both times. And then the piece of Whisper White cardstock is just a small piece of card that will fit just on here, but you see the little edges will just show over the edge of the piece of soft suede, and I wanted that because of that layering effect that I'm looking for. So on here we're going to do some stamping. We're going to use our Coastal Cabana and our soft suede, okay, just to start off with. So we're going to stamp the little cup directly in Coastal Cabana. We've got loads of room on this piece, so stamp the little cup in Coastal Cabana. Then we're going to stamp in soft suede, first in early espresso. We're going to stamp that little steaming bit, yeah? So we know it's hot and we know it's probably coffee. So pop that down there. Lovely. And then we're going to use the soft suede to literally stamp the word coffee, just in case anyone had any doubt as to what we were actually drinking here. Okay, because it could be tea, because we've done that before, right? We've used it for tea. So coffee. And that is then, we're going to use our little Wink of Stella just to put a little bit of shimmer, through that steam. Just want it to swish out a little bit. with a bit of shimmer on it. It just adds a little something, I think. There we go. And you could even use that to fill in the centre of that, but I'm not convinced that that's like an open cup. Anyway, so that's that. And then on a piece of Coastal Cabana, you're going to use your early espresso again, just because it's darker and I think it will show up better. And we're going to stamp the sentiments. So we're going to use the today is a and then kind of day. But you could also use things like today's plan, consume coffee or something like that. But I like the look on this card having something top and bottom. So we'll go with that. The other thing I really like is a day without coffee is like, just kidding, I have no idea. And I've just put them onto a single block. It's cheating really. But we're going to be punching these out, so it's okay. It doesn't have to be straight. All right, hopefully I've left myself enough room. I think so. So first of all, we're going to chop off kind of day like this. So it has a long tail, and then today is a like this. And don't worry about the fact that we've chopped off its tail, because that's okay. All right, so once you've got those chopped, again, this is like layering dies, but we're just using a punch. You could do exactly the same if you had, you know, if you used a die that had labels coming, you know, in it, nice thin sort of sentiment labels. We're just going to pop that off. Today is a, and then chop this off this way. Just sort of to make them a bit more banner-like rather than, or yeah, a bit more banner-like, I guess is the word I would use. Okay, and then we're into, why did I need the Whisper White? I don't know. Now we're going to layer it all up because our card is pretty much done. So first off, we're going to layer our rectangle, stitched rectangle, straight down onto our cardstock. The one thing I would say is the more you layer, then you know the more postage it's going to need. But if you can hand deliver a card, or if you are, you know, able to send it in a gift that you're already having to put in a box, then that's fine. It doesn't matter then. Oh, just got a little bit of a bump there. Where did that come from? There we go. So that's that. Now, this uses a lot of dimensionals, or you can use our foam pads and just cut some stuff out, or you can use our foam strips. I mean, you've got so many options, really. I'm just going to use some of these. So these are the foam pads. You can die cut with these. You know, if I wanted to, I could have stuck it to the back and die cut it out. But it's also just as good. You can just stick sections like this straight onto your die cuts. So like you've got that whole section there, and then this whole section here. And I mean, it really means that you're not going to get any soggy middles with this stuff, right? Because it's nice and straight. I'm sure you can chop this with your trimmer actually as well, probably. I haven't thought about that. I've just always done it like this. And because they're exactly the same height as dimensionals, if you wanted to, so like there I've got a bit of a gap, well then I'm just going to fill that with a couple of dimensionals, like so. Alrighty, so now we pull off this and this and this. Saves a lot of pulling off dimensional backs, I have to say. And now we've got a really nice good solid base, but it is incredibly sticky, so I'm just going to hold it up so that I can see it straight for my eyes. She says yes, pretty good. There we go. And then this we're going to put flat straight on top of this one, but remember the corners are just going to hang off, so don't put any glue on the corners. Doesn't need a lot anyway. Look at that, so cute. Slide it along till you got it in the right place. I love Coastal Cabana and Soft Suede together. They just look so fab. And then these are going to go up on the mini dimensionals. And because they're going on white, you can have white ones, not the black ones that we've been using recently. Oops. And then one end is going to stick off the side, so it doesn't need a dimensional right on the edge. There we go, like so. And then see if I got this the right way around. Is this a today is? Oh no, this is a kind of day. So this is going to come down here, kind of day, like so. And then this one is going to go up here. How fun is that? So simple, just a couple of layers using your dies, and it just makes for a fab card, don't you think? Might move that just a smidgy up so it's a little bit more in line with the bottom. There, today is a coffee kind of day, as opposed to today is a cocktail kind of day. Don't you think they're great? I think they're fab. I think anyone would be happy to receive one of those. So there you go, that's our layering dies day card today. How to use our different layers, because sometimes we always put the same set of dies with the same set of dies. So you do rectangles with rectangles, you do nested with nested, which is fair enough, but it's nice to mix them up a little bit and use them on a card in a different way. So there you go. So I'm going to give one of these away. So if you comment on my YouTube comments, which you can get to just below, if you just tick the little arrow below, you can get down, you can leave me a comment, or if you're watching on my blog, you can leave me a comment on my blog. Either way, I will pick a winner, and then I will message, you'll need to then, I'll say you're my winner, and you'll need to then email me your home address to pip@queenpipcards.com, and then you can look forward to getting one of these cards in the post. So there you go. So I hope you've watched until the end, and I hope you've enjoyed your little giveaway, and yeah, be in with a chance to win. I'll pick a comment at random using the random name generator, which I use on all my giveaways and stuff. So yeah, you don't have to do anything other than that. So tell me which you prefer. That would be an easy comment. Which one do you prefer? Which one would you like? Which one suits you the best? Alrighty, have a fun day. I'll see you again soon at Pip from queenpipcards.com. Thank you. Goodbye.